Messi garu, good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, guys.
Ashu, Mantosh.
1, 2, 3, 4. Anand, Deep. Good evening, everyone. How are you all? Snacks, tea, coffee, whatever over? Yeah. Good evening, Deep. I think, sir, somebody might have joined by YouTube also, no? Ankita, good evening.
So, in the country delayed app.
Yes. So, good evening, Messi garu. Good evening, Ankita. Deep Ji, good evening. So, guys, before other people will join, we'll finish off this advertisement and everything. So, अभी 25% ऑफ चल रहा है. प्लस सब्सक्रिप्शन में फ्लैट 25% ऑफ मिलेगा. आइकनिक में 3 months extra for 1 year, 4 months extra for 2 years. And very important aspect here is आपको 1st में से प्राइस हाइक आएगा, पक्का आएगा इस बार. So many times we have announced, but this time it is pakka. Nothing will happen. Price hike surely ho jayega. So if you want to extend subscription, if you want to renew, or if you want to join new also, you can take it. Mantosh ji, pranam. Good evening, Akan. Rahul, how are you, Rahul? Good evening. Are Messi Telugulo చెప్తున్నాడు. Messi ఎలా ఉన్నారు? ఆదర్శ్ సుధాకర్ గారు.
రాహుల్ సోదసి.
How are you? And those who take Iconic subscription, previously there are no GATE PYQ books. Now you are going to get GATE PYQ book. Hello Sanjeev, how are you? Pratik garu bhi aa gaya, PhD garu.
PhD student आ गया. PhD से BTech कर रहा है. Back.
So guys, this month 28th RP sir is starting a reasoning. I am starting open channel flow. So please, everyone can join the courses and you can gear up your preparation for 2024 and 2025 as well. Both courses are helpful for both students. So do join the courses.
Yeah, good evening, BK. Yeah, bring all your friends also, right? Very few people are joining. Just bring all your friends also.
NIT Civil Engineering.
Civil Engineering.
Do you support BTech for JEE? BTech for JEE exam, NIT Civil Engineer, Kaunre Baba. So you are from Bihar, I think so. You are from Bihar. This is going on now. NIT Civil Engineer. I think this is Aditya. Okay, Messi garu, done. आपका क्लास देखने से मेरा सेमेस्टर एग्जाम में बहुत मार्क्स आया. वाओ, प्रतीक पार्टी देना पड़ेगा आप. Good evening, Azima. How are you, Azima?
Yeah, after long time, very long time she is joining.
Akhand, you can directly attend OCF. No need of any other subjects. You can directly join OCF. So guys, offline center Delhi में open हो गया ना? I think you know. This is the pricing for offline center.
Yes, absolutely, Mentosh. Absolutely right. So if you just follow whatever we are saying, but perfectly you have to follow, right? So when you follow, automatically IIT तक पहुंच जाएंगे, right? Definitely, it is for sure. But you have to follow. That is very important. Okay, right? ESE mains में structural part कैसे maximum marks लाए? Okay, don't worry, I'll explain that once. I will explain. And no girls up, girls may no focus. Yeah. So that is why you have to close your window first, and then focus will be on the subject only then, right? any subjects in offline, right? Don't worry. Whenever the subjects comes, you will come to know, right? So here, first of all, from BTech onwards, people will be inserting into the minds of the students that your structural subjects are very difficult, very difficult, very difficult, very difficult. How many of you heard this one? Everybody was saying structures are very difficult, structures are very difficult. Is not? So structures are very difficult. First, if you remove that tagline, structures are very difficult, then it will become very easy. Okay. So those who are attending that engineering mechanics and those who are attending that strength of materials from me, they'll come to know, right, why they will become easy. So compared to other structures, I feel which one the structures are very easy, you can say, because similar kind of concepts only you have to apply. Force application, resistance, deformation. Everything in the structures will be looking around, moving around these three parts only, right? Nothing else. But
no, sir, in engineering, people will feel it is easy because they have code books in the exam. They feel very happy for RCC and steel.
RCC and steel, they'll feel easy.
They copy down from the code books.
Yes, so they can use the code book
like
and
so they feel the same thing will be happen in GATE and ESE also. And finally, they are suffering a lot here for GATE and ESE.
Yeah. So here, yes, you are good for only. Okay. So here, 6 to 7 pages the problem. Okay. When you are becoming a structural engineer, what are the things you'll be doing if you just observe? First of all, analyzing the structural components. Simply, what is the bending moment? What is the shear force? What is the deflection? Those things you'll be calculating. Yes, now making it drawings. What is the making drawings? You can say at which spacing reinforcement bars. What is the diameter? What is the size of these beams, columns, and everything. Right? Calculating the pressures, stresses, and strains. Right? That is also there. And considering the strength of materials. Right? Which materials we have to use and how many dimensions we have to use. Right? Those things we have to do. Right? Right. So these are the general roles a structural engineer will do once you are becoming a structural engineer. And whenever you are studying the structural subjects also, you will be learning all these things. You will be learning all these things in your structural engineering subjects in a sequence, right? One subject, one part you will be learning, other subject, other part you will be learning, you can say. Yeah, fully dedicated to the GATE only, but why KP sir? Okay. क्या बता दे? Okay, Mentosh. Okay, so request letter RP sir से KP sir तक जाना है क्या? Okay.
Priscilla garu kaisa hai? Priscilla eppadi irukka aap?
Okay. Yeah, tomorrow KP sir class timing will be 5:30 p.m. RP sir class timing will be 8 p.m. Okay. These are the two things you are having.
Tazamul, after long time, Tazamul in the live class. Where are you missing so many days, Tazamul? So guys, one point I would like to add. What is your thinking about structural engineering subject? समझ कर लो, आप इतना डर होने के बाद और डर भी बढ़ जाएगा. So instead of worrying, instead of feeling fear of it, do start working on the subject. आपको आसान हो जाएगा. Without hard working, without solving so many numerical questions, without completing the subject, without learning the basics, आपको कोई subject tough हो जाएगा. अभी क्या बोल रहे हैं हमारा प्रतीक गारू, PhD स्टूडेंट. सो इनको फाउंडेशन इंजीनियरिंग में इतना ज्यादा मार्क्स आ गया, 77 आउट ऑफ 80. पहले फाउंडेशन इंजीनियरिंग शुरू करने के पहले हर एक स्टूडेंट बोलेगा जियोटेक्निकल में सॉइल मैकेनिक्स इज इजी, फाउंडेशन इज डिफिकल्ट. बट फाउंडेशन इंजीनियरिंग करने के बाद इनको समझ आएगा सॉइल मैकेनिक्स में ज्यादा फार्मूला है, फाउंडेशन इंजीनियरिंग आसान हो जाएगा. सो आप काम शुरू करो, शुरू करने के बाद आपको आसान हो जाएगा. But you have to learn in detail from the basics to the advanced level. आपको हर एक क्वेश्चन सॉल्व हो जाएगा, no doubt about it.
Sir, next time. Yeah. So after this reasoning, that surveying will come. Along with that surveying, mostly that airport will be doing. That small subjects will be doing. Evening big subjects and morning that 10 days or like that small subjects will be doing. Sir, next slide. We just go to the next slide. So here, many people will be getting a problem, right? Sir, I am not understanding structural subjects, right? Where to start? Yeah, what is your doubt? PhD student. GATE में structural analysis easy है, लेकिन semester exam में बहुत tough है. Okay, if it is easy, means you can score now. Only thing is practice is required. Yes, absolutely. What you are saying is correct, right? In GATE examination, only structural analysis is easy compared to your semester examinations. Because in GATE examination or competitive examinations, you'll be getting only one part of it. But in the semester examination, the complete procedure you have to do, right? So that kind of problem is not there. Only for few topics that will be there. But compared to that, whatever you said, that is absolutely correct, you can say.
प्रतीक गारू सुनो, गेट एग्जाम को आपको शॉर्टकट फार्मूला हम दे रहे इधर, बट सेमेस्टर एग्जाम में लेंथी प्रोसीजर में सॉल्व करने के लिए आपका पूरा का पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट समझ होना चाहिए. सो ये समझ करने का बहुत अच्छा टाइम लगेगा. एंड इफ यू सॉल्व लाइक शॉर्टकट में, आंसर मिल जाएगा. शॉर्टकट में सॉल्व करने के बाद सेमेस्टर में मार्क्स नहीं आएगा ना. So you have to do in a lengthy procedure only. For that lengthy procedure, step by step कैसा करना हो जाएगा ये मालूम होना चाहिए आपको. So for that you need in-depth concepts. Step by step कैसा करेगा. But GATE exam को इतना मुश्किल नहीं हो जाएगा. Shortcut formula already be made for you. आपको आसान हो जाएगा. No doubt about it.
या अनुज शर्मा, डिटरमिनेट स्ट्रक्चर को करने के लिए हर मेथड आना जरूरी है क्या? So no. If you observe my structural engineering classes in this first two chapters, static and kinematic indeterminacy, first you should know the basic method, right? Because the basic method or the original method using that formula you should know. Because if at all you are doing any mistake in this shortcut method, now if you are having doubt how to check, how you will be checking, you will be checking with the basic formula. Because in the basic method using that formula, there are no mistakes happening, right? There will not be any mistakes happen. But shortcut method will reduce the time of calculation, right? Only for checking you have to go for this basic method, right? You need not go for every method. Whichever the method you feel comfortable, whichever the method you feel easy, that method you go for it. But we will be discussing all methods in our class, you can say. So that is why some people will feel one method is easy, some people will feel other method is easy. So you just observe the methods, which one you feel very easy and very quick to solve the questions, right? That you can use and cross check with the basic formula, you can say. Now here how to improve means first you have to attend the classes fully. That is first thing, and you have to make the notes fully, and whatever the part you are, whatever the each and every point is discussed now, so that you have to write it and you have to analyze, you have to revise, and you have to ask doubts, right? Then only you can get the marks, right? Just attending one class one day, and after 10 days if you are attending one more class, and after 15 days one more class if you are attending, you will never get it, definitely. Okay, right? That is what you have to do it, right? Attending the classes regularly is very, very important, especially for this structural subjects. Okay, then only it is possible.
Don't say like that. Don't say especially for structural subjects. The people will take it in a wrong way. They will neglect other subjects.
No, sir.
Like Mantosh.
Okay. Yeah, so here many people are having a doubt where to start this structural subjects, right? So from where I have to start learning, is not? Many people are having doubt or not? Sir, I have to start with RCC or I have to start with structural analysis, right? So where to start, right? Where to start, you will be having many people are having that doubt. So for that, first you need to have some basics actually. Sir, next slide. So what are the basics you need to know? There are 5 mathematical skills you need to know for starting any structural subjects. Okay, for starting any structural subjects, you should be thorough with these 5 mathematical skills, right? Sir, next slide. Can you please write these skills? First one, arithmetic operations. Arithmetic operations, right? What are these arithmetic operations? Just simply addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Because in each and every, right, in each and every, which one? In each and every structural engineering subject, right? Engineering mechanics, strength of materials, structural analysis, RCC, steel, plastic analysis, everywhere we'll be using these operations, right? So all of you know these operations or not? Plus, minus, into, division, all these you know or not, everyone? If you know this, you can start your structural preparation, is not? So that is the first mathematic knowledge you should have, right? Second one, sir, second one, integration and differentiation. Integration and differentiation. So especially this integration and differentiation, right? You don't apply these in many places. Only in few places you'll be applying, right? Like structural analysis, if you just observe, these energy methods are there now for finding the deformations and for finding the redundant forces. So in the structural analysis you'll be using, and also in this engineering mechanics also you'll be using, right? Engineering mechanics where you'll be using for finding this moment of inertia, centroid calculations, right? You'll be using now, is that no? If at all the geometry is represented by this equation, then you have to use that equation and find out this centroid and this moment of inertia, right? And also in dynamics part it will be useful, right? So these are the places integration and differentiation part is very, very important, right? Yes, strain energy.
I have also told you recently we have taken one session with Uma sir, mathematics. So I told you regarding this only, without having knowledge of integration differentiation, you are coming to start technical subjects like fluid mechanics. We are regularly facing the same difficulty. Fluid kinematics, we are solving so many integration differentiation questions. Each and every question in fluid kinematics is related to integration differentiation. So the student who is coming without having knowledge of integration differentiation, he can be feeling like it's like a Greek and Latin. Are kya ho raha bhaiya, aisa sochega. We are writing the formula, integration. Without doing integration, we are giving the value. Out of 15 students in the class, 5 students are giving answer. 10 people sirf answer likhega. क्या करेगा इनको नहीं मालूम था इंटीग्रेशन कैसा करेगा, डिफरेंशिएशन कैसा करेगा, बिकॉज इन टेक्निकल सब्जेक्ट्स वी कांट राइट स्टेप बाय स्टेप इंटीग्रेशन डिफरेंशिएशन. आपको मालूम होना चाहिए ये वाला, स्पेशली फॉर द स्टूडेंट्स हु केम फ्रॉम डिप्लोमा. पहले आप इंटीग्रेशन डिफरेंशिएशन बेसिक सीखो. ये सीखने के बाद आपको टेक्निकल सब्जेक्ट्स में इतना आसान हो जाएगा. प्रतीक गारू, समझ आ रहा है? दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम यू फेस्ड इन एफएम, आई नो इट. And also this arithmetic operation में plus is equal to के उधर साइड चलने के बाद माइनस हो जाएगा रे बाबू मंतोष गारू. प्लस उधर साइड चलने के बाद प्लस नहीं हो जाएगा, माइनस भी हो जाएगा. And also you can learn 1 to 20. This will be helpful for speed calculation.
1 to
20 squares, cubes, and also square roots. These 3 you can learn. So that it will be helpful for speed calculation, even in your state AE, AEE, ESE exam also, that will be very, very helpful. Now itself, even previously आपको नहीं मालूम होगा, अभी पढ़ लो, कोई problem नहीं था, and there is no shy to learn this now. That will be helpful for you in future for speed calculations. Speed means fast calculation. Speed means speed velocity नहीं था रे बाबा. fast calculation को हो जाएगा.
Answer easily मिलेगा. Right.
But Ankita, yeah. you do in diploma integration and differentiation, but diploma students not taking that much seriously. Coming to engineering, they will say simply for every mathematics question, they will say, sir, we are from diploma, we don't know. Aisa sochega. That is what we are saying.
Yeah, Sanjeev, that's why without a calculator it is difficult. So if you are learning this squares, cubes and square roots for these numbers now, it will become more easy, you can say, right? These calculations will become more easy. You can simplify up to which part you can simplify, and you just get it up to square root of these 1 to 20 numbers now. Then it will become easy. Approximate answer you can select just by looking at that, and nearby answer you can select. That is what you can do. Yeah. Messi, your question itself is having the answer. Okay. So due to lack of revision, you could not do it. You do the revision, then you can get it automatically, right? That is why every time in every class, what I'm doing, what I'm telling, did you revise yesterday's class or not? Did you revise yesterday's class or not? Before starting every class, I'm asking this question, right? Why I'm asking every day? Because you have to revise, right? Arey Baba, RP sir is telling every day that revise previous class, class. Okay, for RP sir के लिए पढ़ेंगे, right? Like that you will study ना. So मैं ऐसा सोच कर बोल रहा है daily in class, right? You have to revise each and every class just after this class is completed or before the next class is started, so that this kind of problems will not happen. Your complete preparation of the subject will be completed before the subject is over in the plus course, so that even if you are referring that after 1 year now, you will be able to understand it, right? But if you are not revising regularly now, this kind of problems will occur. Okay, after 1 month if you open, it looks like a Chinese language, is not? So don't do that. So sir, third one, can you write functions knowledge?
Functions.
Knowledge. Functions. Yeah. Anshu, so I am giving that procedure for solving each and everything, right? That procedure you should know mainly, right? University exam ke jaisa. So which step we have to do first, and after which step we have to follow which step, right? For each and every procedure we are giving which one this, for each and every problem we are giving the procedure. You should know how to do this procedure, how to follow this procedure, and you have to be thorough with the concepts. Once you are thorough with the concepts now, automatically you can solve these questions. Automatically the steps will come to you. Just if you are remembering the procedure also, it will not be useful. You have to understand what is what, then only you can solve, right? Concept understanding is very important, then only you can get it. Okay, right? Yeah. Functions knowledge, right? Which kind of functions you can say? That polynomial functions, right? So these x square, x cube, right? X power 4, these linear function, right? Line functions, right? These kind of functions you should know definitely, right? So in engineering mechanics and strength of materials and many subjects will be using this, right? In RCC also, while calculating the reactions, we are using these polynomial functions now, isn't it? So that quadratic equation we are using. So finding the roots of this quadratic equation, right? Like that. So you should have the basic knowledge of these functions, you can say, right? So when you are having the basic, if I say exponential function, suppose in the vibrations, if you just observe, external excitation force is varying in the form of exponential. So if you don't know what is exponential, how can you solve this? You cannot solve this, right? So basic knowledge of these functions, right? Polynomial functions, exponential, logarithmic, these kind of functions knowledge you should have definitely, right? So don't go into that much depth. Just what is the meaning of this, right? That's it. Up to that level it is sufficient. So third one. So fourth one, trigonometric basics. Trigonometric basics, right? Trigonometric basics, right? What is the cos? Adjacent by this hypotenuse, right? Sine opposite by hypotenuse, right? Tan opposite by this adjacent, right? Like that. Sine function, cosine function, and this tan function, right? You should have the basic knowledge of this one, right? You should have the basic knowledge of this one, you can say. Without the basic knowledge of this one, no structural subject can be completed, right? Because in every structural subject we are using this. In engineering mechanics we are using, strength of materials we are using, structural analysis we are using, RCC we are using, and in steel also we are using in some places, right? So at that industrial that structural design we are using this is sine, cos, and all this,
Trigonometry basics in every subject we use. In
every subject is required.
We use in geotechnical engineering without trigonometry basics. Even in hydrology, hydrograph calculations also somewhere we use trigonometry basics. Equal triangular method we can use. So without that, we can't do that. Trigonometry is that basics are very important. You are not an engineer if you don't know those basics. You are not at all an engineer. So ye अच्छे से बनना चाहिए. And whatever Sarai is saying, actually these are all required for all subjects to become a complete engineer. These are the basic knowledge you need to become a complete engineer and to solve any question related to any engineering subject, not only civil engineering, for any engineering subject. These are all the basics which are required. And darshan integration and differentiation, you can go through Uma Maheswara Rao sir plus course or BV Reddy sir plus course, or else next month Uma sir is going to launch some YouTube sessions related to basics of mathematics. From that also you can learn. So once I get the link, I will send it to you, or else you are a plus learner, you go through plus courses of Uma sir as well as BV Reddy sir. Anyone you can go ahead.
Sir, fifth one, properties of various geometries. So it is not actually pure mathematics, you can say. It is which one, diagrammatic mathematics, you can say, right? So properties of this various geometries means that a rectangle, square. So kisko rectangle bolte, kisko square bolte, kisko circle bolte, right? What is triangle, right? And just the area calculations, right? What is the area of this one, right? These are very important, you can say, right? Because in engineering mechanics, if you wanted to find out this centroid moment of inertia, in strength of materials, in structural analysis, everywhere we are using that centroid moment of inertia. Without the centroid and moment of inertia, there is no structural engineering subject, you can say. Everywhere. engineering mechanics, strength of materials, structural analysis, RCC, steel, everywhere you will be calculating these centroid and moment of inertia. For finding the centroid and moment of inertia, you should know the areas of these various shapes, right? Circular shape, rectangular shape, triangular shape, right? Trapezoidal, right? These are all very, 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 very important, you can say. So without this, you cannot solve many of these questions, right? So these are the 5 mathematics basics or skills you require before starting any engineering subject, especially structural subjects, you can say. Sir.
प्रतीक गारू, आपका दोस्त का बारे में इतना ज्यादा मत सोचो, पहले आपका जिंदगी का बारे में सोचो। आपका जिंदगी में आपको क्या चाहिए, पहले एक क्लैरिटी ले लो। आपको एमपीएससी चाहिए, एसएससी जेई चाहिए, गेट चाहिए और ईएससी चाहिए, पहले आप क्लैरिटी में अच्छे से पढ़ लो। एक एग्जाम के टारगेट करो, ये एग्जाम का बारे में सोचो, ये एग्जाम कैसा क्रैक करना, ये इनका बारे में सोचो। During that journey, whatever coming, MPSC will come, ESC will come, SSC JE will come, you can write. But आपका टारगेट सिर्फ गेट रखो, अच्छे से पढ़ लो, डिविएट मत करो। आपका दोस्त इनका जिंदगी बर्बाद करेगा, कर लो, क्या आपका चीज क्या है? आपका जिंदगी अच्छे से सेटल करो रे बाबा। एंड एनवायरमेंटल इंजीनियरिंग इज गुड, यस, कहा टॉप आईआईटी में अच्छा रहेगा, प्लेसमेंट मिल जाएगा। आपको टॉप आईआईटी में एनवायरमेंटल नहीं मिलेगा तो और कोई आईआईटी में चलो, कोई एनआईटी में चलो, प्लेसमेंट कुछ नहीं मिलेगा आपको। प्लेसमेंट कुछ नहीं मिलेगा तो एमटेक करने के बाद क्या करेगा? अगेन यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर फॉर गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम्स। सो वंस यू क्रैक द गेट, आपको रैंक मिलने के बाद कंसल्ट करो इधर केपी सर को और आरपी सर को, हम अच्छे से पाथ दिएगा आपको। और आपका दोस्त को भी पाथ चाहिए तो आप गाइड करो, और एल्स you suggest KP sir, RP sir, we will guide to them if they are going in a wrong track. But आप डिविएट मत करो, अच्छे से पढ़ लो, आपको रैंक आना चाहिए। 2024 में आपको रैंक नहीं आ गया तो I will come to your house to beat you. अच्छे से पढ़ लो रे बाबा।
Sir, I will send sticks. Yeah. Okay.
So coming to this sequence of subjects to be learned. So first I would like to say you need to learn some basics from physics. +1 +2 physics होगा ना, ये +1 +2 physics से आपको थोड़ा सा बेसिक्स होना चाहिए। देन ये होने के बाद इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स, एंड वी फील दैट सिविल इंजीनियरिंग के लिए गेट एंड ईएससी में इतना ज्यादा क्वेश्चंस नहीं आएगा। इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स 100% ट्रू, नो डाउट। So at least instead of completing the full length course, at least you can go through basics of engineering mechanics, which are required for the upcoming subjects. And those who are preparing for ESC, mechanics is very, very important. Questions also coming in engineering mechanics. GATE में maybe 1 mark it may come, but ESC में बहुत अच्छा questions, 2-3 questions मिल जाएगा। 2-3 questions is 4 to 6 marks. That will come. That is very, very important. Then
right, so in one of the state PSC also 30 marks students were saying in the morning class. 30 marks they have given in the given from engineering mechanics in the previous years. They are saying like
state PSC is correct.
State PSC also very, very important.
PSCs and SSC JE also it is very important.
Very important. GATE very less weightage.
Only GATE it is having only GATE it is having less weightage. But for all other exams it is important, and very important to understand all structural subjects.
Yes,
and it does not take much time, maybe 15 hours 20 hours में पूरा इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स खत्म हो जाएगा। इतना ज्यादा टाइम भी नहीं चाहिए। हाउ मेनी आवर्स आर यू हैव टेकन? प्लस
today I think just every day 1 hour I have taken. That dynamics part it was taking actually, okay. Frictions part I have taken more time. Today only it is completed, it seems.
Okay, maximum 15-20 hours, not more than that. But you are becoming having that much knowledge in it. Then you are going to strength of metal ना, आपको strength of metal इतना आसान हो जाएगा। You are going to fluid mechanics, वो भी आसान हो जाएगा। You are going to geotech, हर एक सब्जेक्ट में इंजीनियरिंग मैकेनिक्स का बेसिक्स आना चाहिए आपको। Then you go forward to strength of material. So actually for strength of material it is a very big subject and it will kill your time. To be frank, it will kill your time. But still, to continue towards next structural engineering subjects, without knowing what is shear force and bending moment, you can't do next structural analysis, RCC, plastic analysis and all the subjects. And you can get around 6 to 7 marks in GATE examination. And for all other exams, again, this is important. If you go for state exam, compulsory you can get 25 to 30 marks from strength of material. If you go for ESC, pakka 30 marks aayega aapko ESC mein. So without strength of material, other than GATE, remaining all exams are difficult for you. You are not going to get a good number of marks. GATE may 6 to 7, but all other exams can carry highest weightage in strength of material. Then going forward, you can go ahead with the structural analysis. So here you can take a chance by going through important topics, because in all exams, koi exam mein aapko same important topics rahega. Statically determinate and indeterminate beams. That is what I am saying, Ajima. If you are feeling very tough, so you can take from your faculty. For example, RP sir is starting structural analysis. You can ask RP sir, what are the important topics where damn sure questions are coming. For example, in ESC, there are 10 questions. If you attempt 6 or 7 questions, that is enough. No? Remaining 2, 3 maybe tough topics, you can leave it. So at least focus on important. GATE mein inko 4 to 5 marks aayega. So my suggestion for GATE students, you can do it in the last. Otherwise, you are going to leave your preparation and you are thinking about other job. If you start your structural analysis initially itself. Then after structural analysis, you can choose any RCC or plastic analysis. My suggestion, you can jump after strength of material, you can directly jump to plastic analysis also, because it is easy. Again, this will be finished in 10 to 15 hours. Compulsory 2 marks you can get. Then plastic analysis followed by steel, remaining part. That will be helpful for you. And so RCC and structural analysis, you can keep it for waiting for, I am saying for only GATE aspirant.
Only GATE
aspirants. Only those who are preparing for GATE, not for ESC, not for PSUs, not for SSC JE. Only GATE aspirants, you keep RCC and structural analysis in the month after completing all remaining subjects, you can go. But those who are preparing for ESC state exams, give equal importance to all subjects. All subjects are important. Every subject you need to finish. 100% syllabus completion is important. Sir.
Yeah. So in this engineering mechanics also, so the topics which you need to focus, right? Mostly in the examinations, right? In almost all examinations, if you just observe, friction, friction, free body diagram, centroids and moment of inertia, right? These are the 4 topics you have to focus very much, right? Because every question paper at every examination, if you just observe, without these topics, questions will not be there, right? Other topics may be given, but these are the most repeating questions, right? Most repeating questions are from friction, free body diagram, moment of inertia, and this is centroid topics, right? After these topics, you revise these topics 2 times if you want, right? And because these are very, very important in the next subjects also. Without knowing the free body diagram, can you analyze anything in the first chapter, second chapter of this strength of materials? You cannot. Moment of inertia, centroids are required for this torsion, bending stresses, shear stresses, and all these things, right? So these are examinations point of view important, and for understanding the other structural subjects also, these topics are very, 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 very important, you can say. Okay, so these are the top topics you have to focus very much in this engineering mechanics, you can say, right? So, and coming to this strength of materials, right? So I used to tell these 4 topics, right? What are these topics, right? First one is simple stresses and strains. That is the first chapter, basics. What is a stress? What is strain? Everything you'll be learning, stress strain curves and different deformations, right? Compound section, combined section, compound section, and all these sections, right? Simple stresses and strains, right? There will be definitely questions you'll be having from this, right? There is no examination without questions from this, right? Second topic will be that transformation of stresses, you can say. Principal stresses and this is strains, that transformation of stresses you're having now. So this is very important, right? Mostly questions will be from this principal stresses and strains, principal stresses and shear stress they will be asking, maximum shear stress like that, right? From this transformation of stresses, right? Next, third one is SFD, BMD. without knowing how to draw SFD BMD, don't call yourself as a civil engineer. Okay, you have to have thorough knowledge of this SFD and BMD if you wanted to call yourself as a civil engineer. Okay,
I would like to add one point here. You are skipping strength of material, you are skipping some subjects of structural, and you are getting some good rank. Around 250, 300 easily you can get. And finally, after going to PSU interview, BARC interview, IOSL interview, the first question, they will give some data to you and they ask you to draw SFD-BMD. So what is the use of getting that good rank without completing strength of materials? So you are unable to solve SFD-BMD in the interview. आपको कुछ नहीं मिल जाएगा, जॉब भी नहीं मिल जाएगा आपको, आपका रैंक इवन रैंक 1 होगा. SFD BMD ड्रा करना आसान हो जाएगा, बहुत मुश्किल होने के बाद आपको कुछ नहीं मिलेगा जिंदगी में. You must know how to draw SFD BMD. Without that you are not going to get any kind of job. So please do understand this. First, if you want to say proudly you are a civil engineer, you have to draw SFD BMD. Even after that you can get first rank. You don't know SFD BMD, आपका first rank भी कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा, समझ कर लो.
Even in college placements also they will ask questions definitely from strength of materials, you can say, because basics mostly from RCC they will ask, and these strength of materials also they will try to ask mostly. Yeah, next topic you have to focus much is deflections, slopes and deflections topic. So here there will be these slopes and deflections are also very important. Right? These 4 topics are very much important in the strength of materials. Without the questions from these topics, there is no question paper anywhere, right? Other topics also like shear stresses and flexural stresses, right? Those questions will be given, but these are very important, right? But for this, understanding the concept is also very important, right? So suppose if I am giving any combined geometry I am giving, right, or compound member I am giving, right? So in end forces are given, right? Internal forces, right? Some internal member, some middle member, you are asked to identify whether it is a subjected to compressive stress or this tensile stress, right? So how can you do this? You can do it again by knowing how to draw the free body diagram, right? And by applying this equilibrium of forces, right? So again it is linked to which one? This engineering mechanics, you can say. If you wanted to understand this is strength of materials concept, engineering mechanics basics are very important, right? Without them you cannot do this. Okay, so don't worry. Again while drawing this also we are explaining what is equilibrium equation, how to maintain that, and how to draw this free body diagram. At both places we are discussing, but you have to be thorough with definitely. So these are the 4 topics mostly you can focus on this one. So next one. So coming to this is structural analysis or this is theory of structures, right? In this the first chapter is very important, right? Static and this kinematic indeterminacies, and stability of structures also included in this, you can say. Static and this kinematic indeterminacies. These are the most repeated topics in any examination, you can say, from structural analysis, right? And after that you can go for this trusses. After that you can go for this trusses. So after this trusses are over now, next you go for this slope deflection method and this moment distribution method, right? Slope deflection method and this moment distribution methods. Slope deflection and this moment distribution method. Next after that, so these are matrices, right? What is the matrices you are having? Stiffness matrix, flexibility matrix you are having. These are the computer methods of this structural analysis, right? Matrix methods of structural analysis, right? These are the 4 topics. One more topic, ILD, influence line diagrams, you can say. Mostly questions will be from these topics only, you can say, right? Whatever the paper you consider, majority questions will be repeated from these topics only, right? Other topics they will be repeated, but very less frequently they will be repeated, right? But mainly from these questions only, these topics only. So next one.
अरे कौन रे बाबा, ड्रीम 11 चाहिए आपको.
ड्रीम आरपी सर ये
वेरी गुड. कम हियर बाबू, कम हियर.
ओके,
ये देखो मंतोष गारू काम कर रहे, देखो इतना टफ काम कर रहे मंतोष जी. स्ट्रक्चरल एनालिसिस नहीं आ गया तो आप ऐसा मैसोन भी हो जाएगा. स्ट्रक्चरल एनालिसिस अच्छे से पढ़ लो, नहीं होगा ऐसा मैथ्स का काम करना पड़ेगा बाबू। मंतोष गारू चले गए क्लास पे, देखो बदमाश आदमी चले गए क्लास पे, 1 घंटा क्लास भी नहीं करेगा।
Yeah. So reinforced concrete design, right? In this RCC design is also right. Mainly you have to focus on which one, this limit state method for these beams. That is a first and foremost topic you have to focus, right, sir? So write that. LSM for beams. LSM for beams mainly. Limit state method for these beams. See, many people thinks that, right? Many people thinks that working stress method is not there in the syllabus, right? So don't be in that notion, all of you. Working stress method is also there in the syllabus, all of you, right? Whether it is RCC or steel, working stress method is also there, right? Don't miss this, right? Working stress method for these beams. Next, mostly 90% question will be from this only, right? 90% the question will be from this only. You can say, right, beams, working stress method of beams and limit state method of beams only question will come. Otherwise, they will be moving on to which one? This one, shear, right? Otherwise, if they are missing question from this one, they'll go on to the shear plus torsion, right? Shear plus torsion. So these are the topics you can focus mostly, right? And the slabs they will touch very rarely, mostly, right? And pre-stressed concrete also, in the GATE they have removed majority syllabus if you just observe, all of you. So previously that methods of this pre-stressing and all these things, a lot of syllabus was there, but now if you just observe, in the GATE very less syllabus is there.
Don't,
so just simply
don't believe IITs. They will remove the syllabus and they will give question.
Yeah, they will give, but
same thing happened with fluid mechanics. They removed fluid kinematics.
Okay, they have given questions.
But they are giving questions.
Yeah.
And they are saying if we can raise a question, they will say without the kinematics you can't say dynamics. The basics of PSC you can't solve numericals like that. They will say
yes, analysis and losses. In the pre-stressed concrete, mainly numerical ayato, analysis and losses say aayega, right? Those two topics mainly you can say. Calculation of these losses and the calculation of this is stress at the top and stress at the bottom at the transfer condition and these conditions, state service conditions, you can say, right? So these are the most important topics to be noted in this reinforced concrete design. The next one.
Good one, Vasdev. 2023 में ऐसा हो गया ना, सब कुछ पढ़ना चाहिए आपको, टॉप रैंक होना चाहिए, टॉप 10 टॉप 100 में होना चाहिए, तो सब कुछ और ज्यादा भी पढ़ना चाहिए और एक्स्ट्रा भी पढ़ना चाहिए, नो डाउट अबाउट इट.
Yeah, yes, PSC is there in the GATE syllabus, Ankita. PSC is there in the GATE syllabus, right? Pre-stressed concrete is there in the GATE syllabus, right? They have just shortened that, but it is there in the GATE syllabus, right? Only analysis they have mentioned, right? Okay. Yeah. Coming to this design of this is steel structures, right? Steel structures plus plastic analysis if you consider. Plastic analysis, there will be compulsory question. Either will be getting question from this shape factor or this collapse load calculation. Mostly 99.9999% plastic analysis questions will be from shape factor and collapse load calculations only, right? From any one of these two only you'll be getting 99.99%, right? And steel, if you just observe now, connections are very, very important, right? Concentric plus eccentric connections. Connections will be very important. Concentric connections as well as which one? These eccentric connections, right? So up to this 5 years back, 4 years back, papers, if you just observe, there were only questions from these connections, right? And the plastic analysis, right? Now, if you start observing the questions, they are giving the questions from this tension members and this compression members also, right? Column basis, mostly they may not give, very rarely they'll give, but tension members and compression members also they started giving the questions, right? Nowadays you can say, because everybody was studying only those topics, right? And they started giving questions from this, you can say. Connections they are removing and they have started giving these questions if you just observe the latest pattern. So these are very, very important topics to be studied in this steel structures plus plastic.
2024 GATE is given by IASC.
Yeah.
So how the pattern of IASC for structural, is there any specific pattern they are asking? Because we know IASC is more conceptual oriented questions will be more theoretical. So structures say how we are going to expect it.
Yeah, structures also. Yeah. Anyway, the same things are. If you wanted to solve any structural subject, the basic concepts are very, very important, right? So if you are thorough with these basic concepts now, whether IISc is giving or IITM is giving, IITK is giving, whatever it is that IIT is giving, basic concepts. Just solving by rude procedure is not important, not required. Okay, just this step after this step, that step after this step. This is required for mains examination and university examinations, right? But for this, especially objective examinations, understanding the concept is very important. If you understand the concept only, then you can solve any question easily, right? Without understanding the questions, you cannot solve any question, right? If all structural papers, if you just assume, they will be like that only. Direct procedure से नहीं मिलेगा answer किसी को, right? So you have to understand the concept and you apply this concept, right? Then only you can get this, right? So applying this formula directly and getting that, it is not sufficient, right? Learn the concepts and how to apply this formula, that you know. So then,
is there any possibility in some 5 hours, 6 hours, what are required basics to become a strong structural engineer? Whatever the simple basics to learn, and then go for jumping to directly to strength of metal or jumping directly to RCC, like that? Is that possible? Because when we are thinking about a competitive exam is completely related to subject wise weightage. We can go, we can't spend that much time. For example, we'll take RCC. Any teacher is going to teach 120 to 150 hours minimum, 4 to 5 marks. Structural analysis also 120 to 150. So again 4 to 5 marks only. So instead of it, by learning only some number of hours, limited number of hours, out of, for example, we will say total structural analysis is going to have a total structural subjects are having all 4 combinedly some 400, 500 hours. And they are getting only 16 to 20 marks, not more than that. Instead of that, we have any solution for only GATE aspirants. I'm not talking ESC, state exam, SSC, I'm not at all talking. So out of this 16 to 20, let us say 20 marks total. Out of this 20, there is any chance they can get 12 to 15 by within limited number of hours by doing some basic course or by doing some courses of yours or any other teacher like that.
Yes, sir, it is possible. Only 15, 20 hours, almost 20, 15 to 25 maximum, we can say. By spending these hours, you can get these, right? Because these there in these hours, you have to learn this centroid and moment of inertia. That is for sure. That you have to learn first, because moment of inertia will come in every subject, right? Strength of materials it will come, and structural analysis it will come, RCS it will come, steel it will come, engineering mechanics, everywhere it will come, right? So moment of inertia calculation is the biggest calculation generally in any question of this structural analysis, strength of materials, you can say. Once you are thorough with that, now automatically half of the solution gets over. That is one important thing they have to focus. And integration and differentiation part, right? Mainly because
that was already I discussed with Uma sir. Uma sir is going to start. No need to worry about integration part.
Yeah, that integration.
So the technical part. I am asking you regarding technical part.
Yeah, yes, sir. The technical part only, right? Integration, if they know, so then automatically half of the question, half of the some topics gets over it, because in 4 or 5 concepts we are using that integration and differentiation concepts, you can say. So these you are thorough with that, then you can go through. And also this what else you can do is, right, equilibrium equations writing, right? First one is centroid moment of inertia. Next, writing the equilibrium equations and drawing free body diagrams. So if you are thorough with these 3 topics, now everywhere these 3 concepts only we are applying mostly. In every topic of structural engineering, these are the 3 concepts only we are applying, right? Equilibrium, free body diagram, and the geometric properties, like centroid.
You can do one thing now. You can make some 30 minutes to 45 minutes first for a moment of inertia calculation, then for centroid identification, then for a free body diagram, then
free body diagram,
like that 4 or 5 sessions.
Yes, we can.
You can make in YouTube. You can take in special class, or we can give it for the students. Then, and at the end, how to apply these concepts in RCC, one session. How to apply these concepts in structures. Like that, if you can make, that will be more helpful for the students nowadays, because they don't have that much patience to study the entire subject, because their target is to get marks and at least they enter into IIT.
Yes.
So first make them to create some interest regarding structural subject, and we can create some confidence for them. Yes, we also can solve the questions. If they get that confidence, ultimately the number of hours of the subject is secondary for them. If they started, they completed 20 hours, 20 hours, 30 hours, they are not getting confidence. Yes. And they are leaving the subjects. You are observing in every class.
Yeah.
So in the first day, we are having some 60 to 50 students. When we are going on, first month, second month, number of students are getting reduced. Because they are not getting confidence. If they have basics, surely they have confidence, then they will continue the entire subject.
Yes,
So
yes,
you
we
just
can plan.
first create confidence among the students by taking some sessions. No, sir.
Yes, sir. We can take just basics on basics. We can take, sir. So that directly they can jump to structural analysis. Directly, if they are thorough with this, directly they can jump to RCC, steel, structural analysis, strength of materials. They can go with anyone because these are the basic pillars of this entire structural subjects. If you know this, every structural subjects will be easy. If you don't know, every structural subject will be difficult. That is what.
Same thing I discussed with Uma sir also. Because of difficulty, they are feeling that maths is unable to do. They are simply leaving maths in 2023. Why our students are getting, most of the students who are attending my classes and your classes, they are getting 45 to 50 marks, not moving forward. Because of fear of maths, because of fear of structural analysis, RCC, they are not finishing entire syllabus. So they stuck with 45, 50 marks only. If they want to go forward and they can get good marks and they can get top ranks. No? So first they can get confidence in maths as well as some structural engineering subjects. Uma sir anyway going to start maths course, bridge course. So you, from your part also, you try.
Yes, we will also plan, right? It's a good idea to start so that what will happen, the fear of structures also will go up to the students.
They can gain some confidence. No? Ultimately, that confidence will continue even in the exam, even they can continue in the sessions also. And that also will increase their marks and ultimately their top rank also will come.
Yes, sir.
So
we'll
please plan for this, sir. That will be helpful for students very well.
Yes, sir. We'll plan mostly in May. In May, we'll try to plan because
May, anyway they are getting maths course. If you start that also, so they can gain more confidence and they can go with very happy. And by that, after that course, meanwhile you are starting surveying also finished. Then immediately you start structural subjects.
Yes, yes.
So before you start structural subjects, you finish these basics. Sir. That will be helpful for the students.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I will do.
So guys, anything more?
Anything more you wanted to know, all of you?
Are Babu Chapandi. Chalo. Then. Okay, guys. In the end, again, one more time announcement. Sir, can I score good marks in first attempt? I have not seen you in live class. I don't know about you, Ankita. For those students who are in the live class, I can say whether they can get good marks or not. Maybe RP sir have seen you in the live class.
No, just only 1 or 2 times I have seen. Not many times.
Yeah, if you are coming to the plus class on a live and if you are solving questions when we are doing solutions and you are responding, then we can understand your level of solving. Then we can say whether you are able to solve or unable to solve. If you are doing recording, na, Ankita, so how can we analyze your performance? Please understand this point.
But so, one thing is, if you are following the lectures regularly, RP sir and KP sir lectures, and if you are revising them regularly and practicing PYQs, then automatically it is possible to get, right? You can just go near to the rank, right? And the test series, right? These are the main things you are having.
So what is your question, Sanjeev? I think your question gone away. One more time you send your question. Darshan and whoever want that links once class course are started, myself or RP sir will post in the group. It is regarding math or it is regarding structures. In our Telegram channel, in our WhatsApp groups, we will share. You don't worry. हाँ, FCI में vacancy आ गया. FCI में क्या करेगा आप? Mantosh garu, FCI में क्या करेगा रे बाबू? Are you taking a rice bag from transport to godown? ऐसा मत करो रे बाबा.
Yeah.
Good, deep Ranasingha. Ranasingha अच्छे करो. That is only important. That is only important, Ranasingha. Chalo, any more questions, guys? And Priscilla garu, Priscilla ji, एक बार WhatsApp करो. You just WhatsApp me. I will tell you how to start over. How to start again, what to focus again, I will tell you. I think already I told in so many sessions. Those who are restarting, please understand, those who are restarting your preparation for 2024, first make a list. confident subjects, strong subjects, then unfinished, till now not yet completed subjects, then weak subjects, completed but you don't have the confidence. Prepare that list and send me. I will tell you which subject to start and how to start. Priscilla, please make these 3 columns. Strong subjects, weak subjects, unfinished subjects. Send me that. I will tell you where to start and how to start. Okay, guys? We'll meet.
Anything else you wanted to ask? Anybody?
Sir, that Sanjeev question एक बार.
Yeah, 25 degree 47 degree exam में देता है without calculator. कैसे solve करना है, right? See, these basic trigonometric functions again that will come. So in your childhood you are learning that sine 30, sine 60, sine 90, those values you remember. You are studying those values now. So you just suppose if in between some value is given, right? In between some value is given, or you are having that sine x equal to some function now. Sin x equal to some function is there or not? That 1 plus x by 1 factorial, like that you are having functions now. You just consider 1 or 2, 3, first 3 times, then you can solve it, right? So like that you can do, or you just try to remember this is sine function, cos function, tan function values, right? If you remember sine and cos, tan automatically will come, right? 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree. If at all any value is in between, you just do the interpolation and you can get the approximate value, right? Without a calculator, you can just do like that only. The options also will not be given very much nearby when calculator is not allowed. You can identify this answer automatically. Okay, you can identify this answer automatically. You can say, yes, that series. Either you can substitute in that series and get the value. Okay, or you just remember these values. Sine main angles are there. These angles you try to remember and you try to interpolate for in between values, right? That is what you can do. Actually, this is curved interpolation, but linear also if you do, you can get the nearby answer. Even I checked many times with some of the questions. You can say you will get the answer.
Akash Garu, good evening. We are going to end the session. You came now. Akash, do you have any questions or any queries? Mantosh ji, अभी हम ये प्रतीक पीएचडी गारू को बोल दिया, आप अपना काम का ध्यान दे दो. फोकस ऑन योर वर्क. विंडो बंद करो, दरवाजा बंद करो, एंड डोंट टॉक विद पायल गारू. फोकस ऑन योर प्रिपरेशन. आपको अच्छे आईआईटी मिल जाएगा. नहीं होगा तो नेक्स्ट ईयर आल्सो यू कैन कंटिन्यू हियर. यू आर सर्चिंग फॉर न्यू पायल हियर. सो don't do all these unnecessary things. Focus on preparation only. अच्छे से पढ़ लो, रैंक मिल जाएगा.
Okay.
अरे आरपी सर इज वेरी इनोसेंट ना. आपका बारे में नहीं मालूम था आरपी सर. हमको पूरा मालूम था आपका स्टोरीज. ठीक है. बाय बाय गाइस. गुड नाइट.
Okay, bye. Good night everyone.
फिर मिलेंगे. बाय बाय.
Yeah.